drop. Yeah. Man, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we're gonna keep on keeping on, you know? Oh, get with it or stay away from it. But either way, we going to the top. Can't even afford coming over. Your petty crisis is unimportant. So unimportant. I don't need you in my life. I feel like I'm cross. I put that on God. Feeling like the top. Feeling like the king. Everything you peep, it ain't really what it seems. Traveling, seeing all the world's problems. Trying to tell you how we get it and how we can solve them. I'm on the top flight now. I came from the bottom. Ain't gotta check my credibility. They know I got them. Came in and over. I still getting better. You let it burn me in the falling. So pandemic. You can't even afford coming over. Your petty crisis is unimportant. So unimportant. No, I don't want you. I don't need you in my life. Making heaven pay for the paper. Day by time is coming. Time is coming. Better make it rain. Was it any green? Better make it rain. Was it better make it rain? Better make it rain. Was it any green? Better make it rain. Was it better make it.
Salute everybody. We back at it again. It's your boy Cross, man. I appreciate everybody coming on here. Y'all getting in waiting on me and stuff, man. Salute. We got another great one tonight. I wanted to try something a little bit different. Let me set the mic up, right? Yeah, I wanted to try something a little bit different. Salute, Bear. But wanted to try something a little bit different. Like I said again, I was sitting and going through stuff today, and I was talking to my brother Kerry, and I was like telling him about I was going through looking at, how they always talk about the homeless people and that they don't have anywhere to go and they don't have any places to go, and they basically are in destitute, right? So what I found out, and a lot of people don't know, in California they came up with something. I guess this whole thing to it was like a $5 billion. I'm thinking it's a $5 billion plan or something of that nature, where they were supposed to do something for Skid Row. So what these people have been doing now, I don't know what's going on. Did you know that they are building a $165 million high rise for homeless people? And on top of that, they're not even putting these people in these living situations. It's almost crazy. So I want to pull something up real fast. Bear with me. Let's see. Give me one second. My bad. Salute Sacrifices in the building. My man Sacrifice. Y'all please go salute. Y'all go and check him out on the platform. He's doing his thing, and I appreciate him. All right, so we're gonna start with this first video. Now, Sacrifice, I need you to check this out, man, because I know that you be on this. Oh, let me make sure. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Mike. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think on technical difficulties. All right, so here we go. Y'all check this out. Yeah, appreciate you too, man. So Sacrifice, this is all about here in California, right? So in California, again, Governor Newsom, man. And you can tell, to me, it seemed like it's a play where they're trying to basically create all these condos and these luxury apartments to then turn around and then I think the undertake them and try to sell them. So give me 1 second. Here we go.
is set to open what could be the world's fanciest homeless shelter, and it's costing taxpayers. The 19-story apartment complex in Skid Row cost $165 million to build, or almost $600,000 per unit. Joining.
So let's just stop there for a minute, yo. Check this out. Dirty, I heard about you. Thought I would check you out. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Dirty Die. So, man, I think this is crazy. Check this out. So you telling me this is what the high rise are costing: $165,593,525, dog. Yeah, building more tax write-offs and probably not gonna, bro. Listen, these are the homeless people are living outside it. Like, I'm gonna break this down. We're gonna show this is crazy. Like, these are, and they're literally up. They even said most people started bragging. Contractors started bragging. They started bragging about how much square footage they were getting from this bill. This is a play. This is really messed up, man. And you got some people out here struggling. I mean, I understand even with homelessness, but you got people just in general struggling, man. How are you able to give somebody an apartment or a condo like this? And everybody else
is one taxpayer and LA business owner, Paul Scrivano. So, Paul, look, everybody wants to help the homeless, get them off the street, but it doesn't seem like there's a money issue. There's a will. What is your thought about this program?
Oh, it certainly isn't. Good morning, Lawrence.
Good morning.
It certainly isn't a money issue. This building is being built through what's known as Measure H, it's maybe 6 years old now, which was a bond measure to raise $3.75 billion over 10 years. It was combined with a county measure called the city one is HHH, and it was combined with a county measure called H, which was another $3.75 billion, 0.5% sales tax increase in the county. Combined is $7.5 billion over 10 years. And if you do that math, that's $2 million a day for 10 years.
Man, that is nuts. That is crazy. Like, where are they coming up with this money? And explain to me, I mean, any kind of way the rich, man, I'm talking about when the rich get rich, bro, they get rich. Yeah, man, they get rich. Come on, man. Like, you got people, and I get it. How about start with getting them off the street and getting them? How about how are you creating these jobs? You put them in there. There's no way you're gonna create a job. Like, they made it already. It's almost like that time on the PJs. You know what I'm saying? Where Super messed around and got that house up at the top floor, and you couldn't tell him nothing, man. I mean, come on, man.
And that's just those two measures. Maxine Waters is in Congress right now, and I don't have the numbers, but she's got two resolutions pimping for $150 billion for homeless and $100 billion for housing for 5 major cities.
That is crazy. So, like he said, she pimping the government. $150 billion for the homeless and $100 million for what is that? Doesn't, I mean, come on, man. Yeah, wait a few years when everybody get kicked out, then they're gonna gentrify the area. That's exactly like this is. I have never heard this. I don't know. Maybe y'all heard this. I just came across and I was like, "Are you serious? You talking about $165 million condos and they're for the homeless, but they're not living in there?"
Around the country, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, so on and so forth. So it is not a money issue. I think what they're doing is artificially maintaining these monstrously high numbers to justify all this spending. But it needs to be broken down because we don't have if you use their numbers, we don't have 175,000 homeless people. We have, thousands of homeless people, but we also have tens of thousands that are just drug tourists.
Yeah.
We have tens of thousands who are not homeless. They have homes. They just don't like their parents anymore.
Yeah.
So they come here and just live in a tent and live off the grid. So
yep.
The numbers that you get
and that's a good analogy the way he broke it down, because not everybody's in a position that they're in a distressed position, right? So what if, okay, because think about it. If I say, you know what, forget it. Life is rough. And guess what? Hey, man, you move over there to California. Remember, they did that with the PPE loans. So you go all the way over to California, and then you turn around and say, you know what? I'm just going to be homeless. Because guess what? I can fill out paperwork, and maybe in 30 days, they're going to guarantee me a $500,000 condo. Like, come on, man. You got people like here, we got, you know, Bishop Orrs here, and he helps people and try to help the homeless. We can't raise wages, but we can do this. See what I'm saying? You can't raise wages, sacrifice, but we can do this. We can just, and then if you're going to do it, why don't you do it? And why is these bills so, that doesn't even make sense. The average person, you got entertainers and people that are millionaires from the entertainment and Hollywood. You got all them people that then came, they're leaving and going to smaller places like Atlanta, which more land for the bang for the buck. And you're telling me that you got buildings in there like Dubai and they're empty with all the amenities, brand new refrigerators, everything in there, and no one's living in it? This is definitely a scam.
Build $600,000, 900 square foot.
Thank you, Dirty. I appreciate it.
Because you have an endless supply. You have an endless supply of money because you have inflated numbers.
Well, they keep
and it's being done.
Well, Paul, they keep taxing people like you. And I've been down there. I've sat down with the homeless. I sit down on the beach, talk with them. And I ask them, where do you get the needles for the drug? They say the government. They give it to them on the street. I go, where do you get the food? The government that gives them the food. I ask them, where do they get the some of the enhanced drug, the fentanyl and all that? Oh, yeah, just a local supplier. They
See, this is what bothers me. Like I said, and honesty is what it is. The homeless people telling you, they're the ones imagining the taxes on it. Like, people don't realize to live on the West Coast, it costs a lot of money. Yeah, he sat down with the homeless. Right. Yeah, you already know. He sat down with the homeless. You know what I'm saying? You know that joke. He probably asked a couple people on the corner that was sitting over there nodding off or something. He definitely won't go around and did a census on that, because I don't know. No, if I was doing all that, I ain't telling you. Because they live in I mean, you know, whatever you want to call that, when you call it the last days or whatever it is, man, the handicap of the culture, bro. You give me $500,000, all right? I'm on it. I'm not saying all, but some. I'm on the street because I have a habit. I put myself there. 165 million, put that in the pockets, and that will stop people from going homeless. You're right. Yeah, that's the solution. Come on, man. You know that don't even make sense. There's some money being spent around left and right.
Don't want to leave because there's really no incentive. So we're praying for you guys. Hopefully some things can turn around.
Lawrence, the biggest tax that they're taxing us is the effect on the streets, the effect on the retail scene. If it were a money issue, I'm happy. Like, I'll buy buildings like that all day long, so long as the locks are on the outside.
You guys have a big heart out there.
Right, long as the locks on the outside. Salute half pass in the building. Salute half pass. Man, this is crazy. Like you said, it's sacrifice. So, like he said, I'm willing if that's going to help. Because, like, think about it. There's some people who got money out there, and you got some compassionate people saying, you know what? I'll pay the high taxes. I'll pay the high gas. I'll pay all that if you're going to put them in there. Now, I think that, to me, maybe I ain't made it yet, and I'm working on it because I'm going to be the hater. Yeah, I'm going to be one of the ones hating. I'm around here trying to go to work, and you at Popeyes, and then all of a sudden I see I'm trying to figure out how to get to work and get gas. I see you coming out of high rise with some bootleg glasses on, and you around here with little what do you call them, mutt dogs, and you were coming out of high rise. Cross, it felt like to me everyone is getting rich and spending like it ain't no inflation, but working. That's what that's a good one right there, sacrifice. Because to me, that seemed like that's the play on the world. Because I don't understand how I can't take money, you know what I'm saying, and flip it like a fan and just blow money and just buy a bunch of APs. I'm trying to figure out, how are these people doing this, man? Like, I understand with all this other stuff, and don't get me wrong, I'm blessed, but I'm trying to figure out, how you can go from not putting them in a program like Sacrifice says to making it seem like it's totally okay just to drop a whole half of $65 million on a high rise and put a bunch of people that's probably mentally and physically and abuse as far as drug abuse or whatever the case may be, and put them in there. You think they go, well, so all of a sudden everybody gonna clean up. It would be nice, because I tell you what, there's a lot of people that wish if you gave them something like that, they probably would clean their life up. But you can't speak for the masses when it comes to this, man.
Unfortunately, a lot of the businesses there are shutting down because they just can't take the taxes anymore.
That's what I don't get. If businesses are shutting down because of the taxes, how are they able to keep building these buildings? So, Kerry, help me out, bro. Help me out, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, this is crazy. I'm telling you, this is crazy, especially when we look at the country and everybody saying we're going broke, and you're throwing this money away. You know, for example, we had a homeless group of people, and we was helping them here in Alabama a few years ago. And come to find out, we got him a room for him to sleep that night. Did all of these type of things.
Demeter, salute Demeter up in here. Appreciate you coming, Queen.
Yeah, so we got him a room. We thought we were doing something, and man, this brother had a check coming in.
See what I'm saying? You in there tripping like
he got a check coming in. He took a shower, he ate, and he went back to his community. You know, so they don't.
Wait a minute, hold on, Karen. You're gonna have to break. I know that, but what I'm saying is, so you telling me you supplied him with God allowed you to supply him his needs and wants.
Yeah.
He not just what he needed, but what he wanted too. You gave him a little extra. Gave me, instead of just giving him the gristle, you put a little meat on the end of the gristle.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
He had the whole 9 yards, the whole table was set right there. When we came back a few hours, took a shower, everything, he went back. You know, so a lot of times we're trying to force people to go into these condos, but they're free where they are. But you're putting $100 and something million and putting them in there, and you're confining them and locking them in their mind.
Right.
They don't want to be there. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Forcing people. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like we forcing people our lifestyle on somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, why they ain't forcing it on me? Yeah, you can force it on me. Yeah, if they look for the YouTube world, force it on me. Put me up in there in a $500,000 apartment. Man, you know, some people go all their life and never get the opportunity. Some people, you know, die working their butt to, they feel like they say, fingers to the bone just to be able to pay rent. Right. And then you just hand me a $500,000 voucher.
When you know, listen.
No,
if they force it on me, listen, they're gonna have to force it on me.
Yeah.
Half a second. I'm gonna say no, thank you.
Salute, Jersey Red. Now, you gonna say no, thank you?
I'm gonna say no, thank you, but I'm hoping that
you don't want to be. You don't want to be tested by the flesh. There, it sounds good because man, I know that man. Listen, like you say, that split second would be a flashlight. Now, this is a blessing right here. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it clean now. Like your boy Day say, they some 10s, but I'm gonna keep them clean. I'm gonna keep them clean now. I'm telling you, man. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into where salute to this woman where she did a whole documentary, and she was the one who exposed this whole thing when it came down to it, right? So this is very interesting, right? People forget that the corps made money than ever during the pandemic, but told us we got to raise prices because of the pandemic. That's a fact. That's the play. That's what I'm saying, Sacrifice. That's the play. It's almost like you said earlier. Is this all is this a mind trick for us that we've been taught, man? You got to get up, you got to go to work, man. You got to pull your boots to the, you know what I'm saying? Pull your boots up, and man, you got to sweat. You got to work, put your back into it. And then you see this, where they've been playing, and it's almost like it's like an arrogance, almost like an air that it's almost like throwing in somebody's face. But then no one's really cover. You know me, man. I cover stuff that most people don't usually cover because I know that a lot of us don't get the opportunity to see these. So I want y'all to see this about the hundreds of that. So basically, most of these houses, I'm gonna show you that they're vacant. They still remain this way. And again, this right here, I'm showing you. This just hit because this one 3 weeks ago was showing where the woman just happened to go by for giggles to see about this. So let's check this out. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button too, man. And share this.
After the city of LA shelled out $800 million to house the homeless, hundreds of apartments and motel rooms acquired with that money are sitting empty right now.
Like, look at that one right there. Walton Construction. They shoveled out $800 million. This is a brand new high rise. Right. What you say, Ashley? I'm about to go homeless in LA. Man, I'm telling you, I mean, like, look at that, man. These are brand new buildings, man. These are brand new buildings.
Joining us now is reporter Jamie Page, whose team at the West Side Current has this exclusive reporting, which you can read online right now. Jamie, thank you for this important reporting. Can you give us sort of the bottom line version for people that may not have read it?
Yeah, the high view is that the city spent $800 million on properties that go anywhere from motels and hotels to high-end luxury.
Look at that, man. That's for homeless people. This is crazy and it's empty. Man, that's beautiful, man. That is like just a man, just a Y'all hear me now? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I apologize for technical difficulty working on a lot of stuff. So peep the game out this. So these is nice. Volume still out. Can you hear me? Testing, can y'all hear me now? Let me know if the volume's still out. So like I said before, check this out. This is crazy, man. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. So, oh man, this is crazy, man. Like, I'm really mind blown. I'm mind blown by this. Okay, so let's keep going, y'all. Let's break this down.
3 buildings that still remain empty. We started reporting on this a year ago. My partner, Chris LeGras, decided to drive to a $50 million apartment building just out of curiosity to see what our taxpayer money was buying. And when he went there, it was empty. So him and I started driving around the city to go and look at other buildings. And subsequently, we found that hundreds of rooms remain empty. Again, some in high-end luxury buildings that that nobody is living in to this day. And I do want to say an important part.
I'm going to stop right there. Now, Carrie, I mean, just like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine you trying to find a building. I mean, these are buildings. These are, like they say, these ain't like duplexes. Right. These are buildings. These are where they had to put in, you know what I'm saying, the rebar. They had to lay a foundation. They had to do all this. And just look at this one building. It's sitting there and it's got dirt all over it, and no one's ever been in it.
You know what? It's kind of going to what you say. You keep saying it's mine, you know, going. It's just mine.
Yes.
But that's what they wanted it to be. They wanted it
Yeah.
to be mine. They to you and I and those of us that's connected right here on this live.
Yeah.
They wanted us to be sitting here, but they wanted to say, you know,
Right.
what, we tried to help. But they understood. They knew if we know that they don't want to be inside.
Yeah.
They knew that they didn't want to be inside. But they had to do something with that money. But like I said, throw it in the fan, and it's gonna come back. But at least you saw it. So you said we ain't broke, but we're gonna help the ones that we know is gonna come back on. Like you said, and we said before,
Yeah.
give us that money and see what we do.
Yeah.
See what you would do with that money, with the podcast that you're on now. Here, we'll have our own TV station.
Yeah, we have a whole TV station, dog. Yeah. We have levels. We have all types of stuff. Much stuff you got going on, man. We have everything. We have. That's where I'm saying you can actually turn it into something positive. Turn it into a learning center. Like you're just like wasting. And you know what? And a lot of people don't know this. And I want to tell you, if y'all ever watch them, because I watch a lot of the abandoned mansions that you see in the stars. Most people don't realize those mansions still got electricity attached to them. Somehow, somewhere, unless they're going to tear it down, most of those places still run on electricity. And you ask yourself, how and who is doing that? Who putting this money behind it? And is it like he said, the sacrifice said, is it all smoke and mirrors to make us think that we're supposed to pay for this stuff? But really, in actuality, it's just the game being ran.
Yeah. That's it.
God knows, boy. Right in the face. All right, let's keep going. Y'all.
Part of this research is we went during the day, during the week, just to see what kind of construction or activity was taking place. And only one location that we went to did we come across some construction workers at all locations.
We all drive by homeless people every single day. We also have talked to so many officials who say, if only we had a place to put them. There's no place to put them, which is why we have to leave them on the street. So how is this possible?
It's what we are asking ourselves and what I ask myself. I live in Venice, and when I see all the time the crisis that happens in our street firsthand. It's why we started the West Side Current. 5 people a day die on our streets, and we drove to luxury buildings, to hotel rooms that remain empty, vacant.
So, and you also found that
I mean, let me go back to this joke, right? This joke is so lame right here.
Rooms that remain empty.
Carrie, look. Carrie, look. Come on, gang. Come on. Carrie, look at that. That's a bit. That is, man, they got a rooftop. Man, come on, man. Nobody's talking. They have a rooftop. That's a West Side Current. And man, do you know how valuable that property is? Somebody, man, that's the most coldest write-off ever seen in my life. Man, look at that. That's glass. That's a living room. Man, that's crazy. Don't nobody live in there.
I'm like somebody said on here before, I'm moving to California.
Yeah, we moving to California. At least, hey,
Beverly Hills. I'm moving to
man, what you talking about? You still can preach the word.
What?
You're really, man, what do you say, man, if they put that, what do you say, sacrifice? Man, if they put that in the hood and help them grow man's resources, they done what they done caused love the crime happening. They love us fight. They love us fighting each other. This is a prime example, bro. This don't get no worse. Like even in the LA, even with the housing, and they don't fix over there where in other parts and other cultures where it's almost decapitated, bro, you can give them. What about a voucher for them? What about an elderly living center for the elderly? Somebody granny that's old and she got the grandbabies in there. She got the cousins and everybody else in there. Everybody that took over grandmama's house. The only room she got is her bedroom that nobody can go in. Man, she deserved at least have that. I mean, you gonna give it to somebody. Let somebody enjoy it before they pass. Just imagine you homeless and you out there living out there on the corner, man. Like you just on the corner, you know that's yours. Right. You just preached on that. we supposed to take this back.
Right.
Yeah, we supposed this stuff is put. Hey, this is what you talked about because this is crazy. This right here.
Yeah.
Who's to say we ain't supposed to have that? Somebody got to have it.
Right. That's true. But they said, man, they are free being out there. I'm telling you, a lot of them that's out there, they, like you said it earlier. I think somebody else on here said it earlier. They're out there because they forced to be out there. There's some that just want to be out there.
Yeah.
There's some that we call homeless.
Yeah.
Man, their mom got millions of dollars. They just couldn't, they didn't like being up under the roof. So they'd rather be out here. So they're not homeless,
Right.
not forced. They're homeless by choice. So whether you give them that, they're looking at that saying, I had that at home. That's something better than that at home.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of them do that. But then a lot of them run away from it because, like you say, a lot of them been born with it and don't. Same prime example when we use the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will wasn't accustomed to that. It was stuff he wasn't accustomed. He rather remember Uncle Phil trying to get him to do right. He want to go back to the hood.
Right.
Even though he couldn't go back because they was gonna do something to him if he went back to the hood. But steady want to keep on going back, like you say, because it's the normacy,
right,
complacency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, and you remember it was a segment on TV they were doing where my man said he made close to $500,000 a year.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he parked his Mercedes, you know, somewhere. He catches a bus and go up to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he $500,000 a year.
$500,000 joker.
And he ain't clocked in nowhere. On the way home in the evening, he go back to McDonald's, change his clothes, get in his Mercedes, and drive back home to the suburbs.
Man, they do that all the time on anybody tell you, man, on Westheim over there in Houston. Shout out Houston, man. Man, right there by the mall, the Galleria, it's a gas station right there. It's an old dude. He used to be on the internet. But man, I used to be there every time I pull right there. It's a wall. If anybody know, it's Galleria, it's Nordstrom's Rack, all them on Westheim are right there on the Galleria. And it's at that gas station, man. They always begging for change. And they had him on the news one time. Dude, there's people that do that. And I guess I don't know, man, but yeah, I don't know. It makes it hard wanting to help people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then think about it. Cause I already know. Imagine you being, it's almost like trading places, Eddie Murphy, when he was homeless and he went in that house and brought everybody from the club. Cause if you took a bunch of people in there that ain't got the proper understanding and want to do better, man, they gonna tear that up. Right. That's going down in a year. Yeah. So the question is, are they waiting to put people in it to tear it up? Or I'm talking about from the business side, or they're putting it in there to let it decapitate and then take that land at a low price.
Hey, think about this. How much insurance they have?
Oh man, a gang of it.
How much insurance they have on these buildings? You know who's going in there. You know who you're gonna put in there.
Yep.
Now, if they put so many millions in this building, do you not know that they got enough insurance? They know it's gonna get tore up.
Yeah, you're right. They know that's right. That's why they're putting all the money. They know it. They're looking to recoup every bit.
This is your hustle. It's in the street. You know, you flipping.
You flipping. You're right.
So you get this building.
Yep.
Put everybody in it. Let them have a good time for a year.
Yep.
And it's flipping.
Yep. Or you make the excuse if it's bad dope or something. You say, "Hey man, next time I get you right. Yeah. Just stick with me, bro. Just stick with me the whole time you getting the game ran on you. Yes. Stick with me, bro. I know it looks crazy, man, but man, I got done like that too, man. So we just got to make the best of it. And it's like the whole time somebody getting got. Yes. The game being ran way bad.
The game just changed.
It's still the same.
Listen, these builders right here is the man that's saying, Cross, listen, I'm gonna hold on to mine.
Yeah. It's a drop. Come on, man. That's right. That's right.
Let them see it.
That's right.
See it 2 years. Let them see it a year. Let them see it. Then boom.
Yeah.
He gonna flip that thing. It's gonna be crazy.
Man. Hey, Sacrifice says some homeless don't want to be civilized like these in Georgia. Some of them choose that life. That's true. Dirty Dot said they most definitely get their money back some way, somehow. And that's true. That's true. Let's break it down, see what they say. Loving the bill, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
So, and you also found that the city was way
Look at
overpaying for some of these properties, too.
Yes.
See?
In some cases, millions of dollars. And it's in our reporting. And I think people, if you can, go to westsidecurrent.com and look at this, because we give you plenty of examples of where properties we paid millions of dollars. In some cases, the developers bragged about setting records.
Man, I gotta stop and look at that. Man, that is crazy. Like, that's beautiful. Like, it just imagine it is clean, ain't nobody there. And it's just sitting like she just said, and you hit it on the head. It's all about insurance. So they're overpaying somebody. They over, like, just imagine you're supposed to be bidding on a job. They overbidding. Like, hey man, you gonna bid out about 10 more, 100 more, 1,000 or 200 more 1,000. Hey, I got you.
Well, help me to understand something. And those that's watching, y'all help me to understand. Maybe
Yeah.
my glasses may be messed up or something.
Yeah.
Is that a parking deck?
Oh my God, you wild. I just that is a fact. You homeless.
That's a parking deck.
Wow. Yeah. Like, what do they need? They homeless. Where they supposed to park at? Yeah, Sacrifice laughing too. You see how Carrie hooked that up? Sacrifice. Yeah, man, it's a park. That's why I'm like, man, this is some laid out stuff, and it's just over there quiet. And they ain't even got no homeless people. They probably run the homeless people away from there. They ain't even no graffiti. They ain't even no trash over there, dog. School, they ain't even no trash over there.
Clean.
Cleaner than a mug, boy. I'm telling you, like some tens.
But you know what? This is so funny. And I don't know where you know, everybody live, but they're trying to tear down all of the projects. And in this area.
That's right.
We
They
don't
are.
have any more projects.
Nope, we don't.
But now, think about it. You tear down the bricks, but you done built this over here. You force these people out of.
You're forcing them out. Yep.
This is the only thing that they had.
That's that gentrification.
And tore it down.
Yep.
But you got somebody that they don't want to be in the house.
They don't want to be in there. Right.
This is what you get in. Could you have given the people that you forced out of the bricks?
See?
Could you build some of them and put them in there?
Right. I mean, you're going to get it back. They ain't going nowhere. They going to even probably, how about if they did this and put something like that in the hood, something like that. Now, I can't say that everybody going to take care of it, but enough, if you build enough around, you are changing the atmosphere.
Right.
And like you say, like even a lot of times in certain hoods, people like, man, they just came over here and they rebuilt over here. Man, I like it over here. I like going down to the store so I can get a 40, or I can go down there and get me a Lucy or something, or get me a square so I can smoke. Because a lot of people, like you said, are conditioned to, I guess, never expecting anything or never wanting to expect. Like you said, not wanting to take something back. As long as I get something out the deal, like you say, oh, I don't want to get all of it back. Just let me get some of it back. No, you're supposed to take it all back.
All of it.
All
of it. And teach me the value of it. This is the problem. We can put people in these spots, but if we don't teach them how to keep it, they're going to be back in the same spot.
Same spot.
If you always giving me fish and always giving me something to fish, give me a fishing pole
and teach me how.
So I can get my own. You know what I'm saying?
Because like you say, they're doomed. If you put them in there, you automatically are betting. If you give them no guidance, no provision for it, you should automatically, if you're a businessman, I'm betting. If I'm a real gambling man, I give them 5 months and I have to shut that down because I'm gonna. And then again, they could be shrewd enough, say, you know what? I'm gonna throw the news people over there and throw some negativity. So we have to shut it down. Yeah, I'm not understanding the disparity here. Who approves and paid for this? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, who would do that?
Records in the zip codes that they had sold the properties to Hakla.
So we know that this project, Home Key, was sort of an extension of the pandemic. It's something that Governor Newsom talked about often at different events. What is the city saying about this? What is the governor's office saying about this? What are they going to do next?
They're all finger pointing, which is what we typically see as journalists, right? It's this person's problem. It's this other person's problem. I do want to say that the Pico location that I see in those images that you show, there was a ribbon cutting with the governor on the top of that building, the Pico building. So the governor himself has been to this building that is part of our investigation. Again, a lot of finger pointing going on. Hackla says they buy the buildings. It's the city department that is supposed to be filling them. The city is saying that they're stalling because there's construction projects that need to be done. Again, in some of
yeah, it's who blame who. That's what they at. It's about who blames who, and this is crazy. When you've been put in a situation like this, so you got so now, excuse me. So they saying the company Hackla that builds the construction of it is saying, hey, the city and the taxpayers in the city, they need to put these people in here. And now the city's saying, hold on, we can't put them in there yet because they're still building on it. How much building do you need? Which building is done? Yeah, I need to know which building is done. If you're still building, what do you mean? Like, listen to what she said. And it, like she said, and that's how I usually, like you said, hey, it's always good to blame the other person that ain't around.
I see in those images that you show, there was a ribbon cutting with the governor on the top of that building, the Pico building. So the governor himself.
Well, this is what I want to talk about too. So they showed all the homeless people out here on the street, and they literally down the street from where the homeless people are sleeping at, they had a ribbon cutting for a brand new building. When you say sacrifice, this whole clip is why I told you, I'm back, Sacrifice. I'm back like you are, man. I had to, man. I gotta bring it because this is crazy. So they're having a ribbon cutting event with homeless people sleeping down the street. Wouldn't they be standing there? Wouldn't you let them clip the ribbon cutting? Like, you go get the most messed up looking homeless person. Hey, man, go cut it. At least let them cut it. At least let them walk in there to see what it looked like. Use the bathroom. Let them have a dinner there. Something, bro. Like, Newsom is wild. So let's hear what Newsom did.
The city saying about this? What is the governor's office saying about this? What are they going to do next?
They're all finger pointing, which is what we typically see as journalists, right? It's this person's problem. It's this other person's problem. I do want to say that the Pico location that I see in those images that you show, there was a ribbon cutting with the governor on the top of that building, the Pico building. So the governor himself has been to this building that is part of our investigation. Again, a lot of finger pointing going on. Hackla says they buy the buildings. It's the city department that is supposed to be filling them. The city is saying that there's
that building right there that they're talking about, that building right there, I told y'all it was a rooftop. They had a ribbon cutting ceremony on the rooftop. Man, they is wild, bro. They're
stalling because there's construction projects that need to be done. Again, in some of these brand new buildings, we're scratching our head asking ourselves,
man, look at that building. That is crazy. They probably got, man, look at Carrie. They probably got a workout center in there. They probably got all types of things up in there, man. That probably, I bet you
what
inside.
Construction needs to be done. It has a certificate of occupancy. So, yeah, a lot of questions that we're still looking to answer.
So basically, they said all they need, the city needs to create one and have a certificate of occupancy. And the city ain't even doing it. Somebody.
I'm sure this is the first of a three-part series, but we know that there's many stories to come. This location.
Look at that. She talking about, look at this though. That's a hotel. It's just empty. They just turn that into.
that we just saw where the hazmat signs are still up. That building's been empty for years. The other location that you saw, that 121 room motel, remains empty 2 years after the city acquired it.
Yeah, that Pico location, I was at that ribbon cutting as well. And
oh my God. Oh my gosh. That joker said he was there too. He tripping like this was for homeless people. Man, they had hors d'oeuvres, they had everything. We had champagne. This is some bull crap.
So Cross, for the homeless people, but the homeless people weren't invited.
That's cold-blooded, man.
But you take the cameras right past them, introducing a new building for the homeless. You on the top, you on the rooftop, looking down at them. It's for you, but you're not invited.
That's some gangster stuff. And then had news like him. He said, what you say? He said these actors lying, no sacrifice. Go Google it, dog. They keeping it under wraps, dog, because they trying to keep Newsom in there. It's a lot going on in Cali, bro. It is really messed
some
up.
Of the property, and these are nice places, right? That are just as nice as, you know, many luxury apartments that are very expensive.
It is a luxury apartment, not like some. There is a luxury apartment. If the average apartment, if maybe I don't know, Kerry, where you from, but if my apartment it's a $500,000. What do you mean almost luxury? It is luxury. It's beyond luxury. It's extravagant.
It's a hidden motive. It's a hidden motive because any businessman.
Oh my God.
She said these buildings been empty for years. If we couldn't get the homeless in there, we was gonna get somebody in there, but it has to be a hidden motive in there somewhere.
They buy, like you said, they buying time.
Yeah.
They gotta be somebody rich going in there. It ain't no broke homeless people. And the crazy part, they literally have luxury apartments on Skid Row. Like that's crazy. That's the main road.
Right.
And they have luxury apartments where people are sleeping outside.
In places like the West Side, and yet it's crazy to think that these people sitting on the streets, dying on the streets when that place is empty, and we spent so much money on it.
Well, I want to be clear that the Pico place actually does have some residents in it. And it's interesting because the Pico location, I was actually advised when I walked in there by one of the residents not to go in because it wasn't safe for me as a woman to go in there. And so he escorted me around.
Wait a minute. What in the world? What they got? Who they got living up in? He had to escort her around. So wait a minute. So you got a $500,000 house, but you ain't got no security. Man, somebody playing. Even luxury homes got security. Buying time facts they don't build, but now they probably getting offers from celebrity. That's why a lot of them leaving and they coming back. Somebody's getting a tax break. Some residents, that's right, Nick. They said some residents live there. See, you gotta watch how to play. Some, we don't know who. It could be the janitor dude. You know what I'm saying? It could be his people's living there. Ain't no telling who residents.
A lot of destruction in that building, and a lot of people talking about exiting it as well too. So there are some buildings that are occupied, but many remain empty.
Well, this is important reporting by Jamie Page, reporter for the West Side Current. Again, you can.
Wow. So, man, y'all thoughts. This is almost, I'm like, sacrifice. This got to be, I thought it was fake. I was like, nah, this isn't like where you gonna put it? And then they started showing them, and then just the ultimate, you had a ribbon cutting ceremony for homeless people. But homeless people was just like that's got to be the coldest thing right there, bro. That's the only thing that's throwing me off. So you did that to these homeless people, knowing that you had no intentions. Boy, I bet you that spread upstairs was late. They had probably a band, they had a photo op, and they probably invited all the news people, and they ate and drank for free. Man, it's the best thing. Man, I told you it's good, man. Okay, yeah, this is for homeless people. You ain't even have no homeless people, a homeless family at least. You could at least brought in a homeless family.
Listen, you gonna throw a party for me, but I'm not
And say the gifts are for you.
You let me smell the food.
Yeah, no, that's why I was on the rooftop. You couldn't smell it from the rooftop. You like, dang, man, they got barbecue up there, man. There's smoke up there. They probably and the sad part, and I want to, you know, on a serious note, is it's almost the analogy is that it goes back to what you said. A lot of people don't really want none, so you spend a lot of your time looking down at the ground and never realize you can look up.
Right.
Because if they would look up, they would realize, man, that's something I ain't never seen before. Right. Just imagine them people again being homeless. Not everybody. Some people started off very well off, and like you said, made bad choices, whether it was investments, whether it was usage of drugs, anything can happen. But to see you taking advantage of the powerful always done, but it's prevalent now how, and it's right there in our face in 2024, how literally you took almost $5 billion of people's money. You've been raising taxes, gas. People are not even be able to drive their cars. They're having to resort to riding on electric bikes using electricity because they can't afford gas out there on the West Coast, which is $7-8 a gallon. You see what I'm saying? And then you raised all that to then put this. Ty say California resident get out while you can. It's expensive for no reason. And that you can barely swim in the ocean. Come to the East Coast for real. Yeah, come here or come down south. That's wild. Good one, dog. I'm gonna have to see what they do with it. Yeah, you got to follow up, Sacrifice, because I know you'll get on it. And you need to do something about Gat Newsom, man. Do a show on him. What it really kind of undermines stuff, because I'm trying to understand who he really worked for.
You know, I was reading the Sacrifice too, what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you nothing's going to be done with
it.
The next 5 years, nothing is going to be done with that. The ones that they say somebody's in there,
right?
They meant for that one.
Correct.
They're going to put somebody in
there. You think they're going to put the Grammys or the Grammys so they can say that's why?
Them buildings going to be tore down. But nobody ever getting in them. And somebody going to get some insurance money from them buildings. What is the process? What is your process? You have all of these millions of homeless people. Who goes in them? How do you process? Do you do an application?
Right.
You know, how you gonna know who's going in them?
In and out.
Open the door and say,
go live there.
Yeah. What's the process? We seen the building. You haven't given us the blueprint of how it was supposed to be laid out.
Right. You just automatically put the cart before the horse, and you just start building all these buildings with no, you telling me, and you didn't have no ending expectation. They know what it is, but it ain't for us to know.
No.
It's like they say, it's out of our tax bracket.
Hey, it's rooftop business.
That. Hey man, we still in the basement. Yeah, we sleeping on floor. We over there by the bike poles when they got a darn car parking garage. We in the car garage. Yeah, we ain't even got no car, man. Well, man, I appreciate everybody coming in here. We had another bomb show. Me and my dog Carrie, man, we broke it down. Y'all go check this out, man. Man, let's stay on top of this with LA. I see a lot of them, and I'm curious, like Sacrifice say, I think it might be a celebrity buyout. A lot of them celebrities left. I'm thinking somehow, imagine, you know what? They might come back and say, hey, like they try to do it even when they came to New York and the other places. Imagine they might come back and say, hey, if y'all come over here, you get a tax break. And you just run it back. You get a tax break for coming back to LA. And you get that break, and then they put them rich folk back in there.
Hey, now this may sound stupid. To me, this seemed like how, you know, you take a bad football team or a horrible basketball team.
Yeah.
and then you crying for a black coach.
Come on.
You finally give him the team a black coach, but he's coaching the most horrible team.
Right.
You set him up to fail.
You set him up to fail.
So they built these buildings for them.
Yeah.
And they're banking on them to fail.
Yeah.
They're the ones that they're gonna let in there.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, man. And then this is how this world of monopoly works. Appreciate that sacrifice. I'm glad I was able for you to catch it too, man. I'm gonna start going. I'm trying to find my slot, trying to find my rhythm, man. People steady rocking with me, so I gotta bring. You know how I am. I'm gonna get back on my stuff, man, and rock out. So again, I want to thank everybody who has came, who has stopped by, showing support, showing love. Again, y'all go check out KrossYourHeart.com. You put in the plug, you get 10% off. Also, I want to thank the new family of True Faith Ministries, the queens that came in. I appreciate y'all coming and support me, man. It means a lot. Jersey Rich, you already know. Thank you, Square. I appreciate you, brother. You already know. SMIB. Yeah, yes. So I appreciate y'all. So again, one more time, give yourselves a round of applause. Amen. My heart beats for y'all. I want y'all to know my heart beats for y'all. So we got that going on. So what I want y'all to know is we're going to keep on rocking out. We're going to keep rocking like cut off stockings, because your boy, the plug, is going to be here and we ain't going nowhere. Y'all make sure y'all tap into Jersey Rich. Make sure y'all tap into Sacrifice, man. Always dropping. Man, thank you. I appreciate you, man, again, and everybody. So again, you've been plugged in to the Plug Podcast. What I want to do now is I'm gonna let my brother, Big Dog Or, go ahead and drop something and play something for y'all so we can go out on the note. Also, check out my guy JJ. You know what I'm saying? He's got one. I think it's called. He said it's called the what is it called? The vibe, the chill vibe, or the true vibe. I'm gonna have to find out, and I'm gonna start playing that as well, and get him back on the show. I appreciate him coming on here and rocking with me too as well. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and exit out, and y'all been plugged in with the Plug Podcast, and I'm gonna take it out. And I'm gonna let you got it. If not, we can end out with that. We'll come back with it. So I appreciate y'all for y'all showing love again. And y'all already know.
It's the Plug Podcast. Hey, yo, you already know. Once how this shit drop. Yeah. Man, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we're gonna keep on keeping on, you know. Oh, get with it or stay away from it. But either way, we going to the top. Can't even afford coming over. I pay the price, I'm